Hey, so for this assignment, there's a couple of things, um, but this is a little complex. So I'm giving you a little bit extra information here on for this rhetorical analysis of the Declaration of Independence. I've created a slideshow. I've also got a sheet that looks like this that goes along with the well, it doesn't really follow along with the slideshow perfectly, but it gives you all the same information that I was putting in there. So we'll review both of these um, things. The Declaration of Independence was mostly penned or written by Thomas Jefferson and signed uh, on July 4th, 1776, by the representatives of 13 colonies. And we know all this. Um, it is a rhetorically powerful piece employing these three um, concepts: ethos, pathos, and logos, to convey the United States case for political independence. And I'm going to explain what each of these means: ethos, pathos, and logos. Okay. Ethos, pathos, and logos are what are called Aristotelian appeals. These are from Aristotle, and these are effective appeals that address all aspects of the rhetorical situation in any text or speech. And that's the speaker, the audience, and the message. And those are the three aspects. Okay, with this rhetorical situation in mind, Aristotle sought a means to most effectively convey ideas, and he identified three general persuasive strategies that address the three elements of the rhetorical situation: ethos, which is appeal to the speaker's authority, meaning like what they know and the experience they have; pathos is that appeal to the audience's emotion, so not the speaker, but the emotions of who the speaker is writing to; and then logos is appeal to the message itself and the logic within the message. So like what's obvious, like, and so those are the three things, and they appeal to three different parts of the presentation. So, defining Aristotelian appeals: in constructing an appeal, a speaker or a writer must consider the rhetorical situation. So, these are the three parts of the rhetorical situation: the speaker, the audience, or the message. So, in the Declaration of Independence, the speaker, in this case, is the new United States. The audience is going to be the rest of the world, and the message is what they're actually saying, and that's the Declaration of Independence itself. So, the goal of a speaker is to fully convey the message to the audience. All of the speaker's rhetorical choices and strategies are designed to achieve this goal. And these were called appeals, and we've talked about that before. So ethos, pathos, and logos. Okay, and these are some tips for spotting those appeals, and they're also on this sheet. I'm going to show you the sheet now. Okay, Aristotle taught that a speaker's ability to persuade an audience is based on how well the speaker appeals to that audience in three different areas: logos, ethos, and pathos. And considered together, these appeals form what later rhetoricians have called the rhetorical triangle. So logos appeals to reason. Logos thought of the text of the argument as well as how the writer has argued his points. Ethos appeals to the writer's character. Ethos can also be thought of as the role of the writer in the argument and how credible his argument is. And pathos appeals to the emotions of the sympathetic imagination as well as to beliefs and values. So pathos can be thought of the role of the audience. Okay. And here on a triangle, it's generally perceived that they are equal. Some arguments take a stronger side on this, but it's always usually portrayed this way to have balance. And if you want to expand this, obviously you can print. I'll have this sheet here and you can print it out. And the rhetorical triangle is typically represented by an equilateral triangle, which I kind of went over there. And these are some questions you can ask when you read a paper: is the thesis clear and specific? So if we're looking for logos, is the thesis supported by strong reasons and credible evidence? And is the argument logical and arranged in a well-reasoned order? Okay. So if we go back to the worksheet, which I'm going to have to pull up, let me see if I can. I should have it right here. No, it was a sheet, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll just pull this one up. You'll see that we hold these truths to be self-evident: that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So based on that, I would go back to my, so what is this a logos? Um, so something that's appealing to the That's the message, like the message itself. So we hold these truths to be self-evident, or is it appealing to the audience? Is it emotion, or is it ethics? Is it credibility of the speaker itself? It's a difficult one. Okay. I might argue that it was logos because it's appealing. This is something that everybody knows, that this is evidence that is, truths are self evident, that these are the rights that people have. And then what does it relate to? And, so I could continue on with that. So that's kind of how I would take that and apply that to this topic. This is going to be challenging. I want you to do the best you can on it. But I think you can certainly do well here. While the above questions can help you identify or utilize logos, ethos, and pathos in writing, it's important to remember that sometimes a particular aspect of a text will represent more than one of these appeals. So it is possible that when you're answering it, you might have a different answer than somebody else, but they can both be the same thing. As long as you justify your argument and you tell me why, and and your argument holds weight. Like you can't say something is pathos and appealing to emotion when it's clearly a specific statement. Like if it says, he took this from us. Okay. So while that might make somebody mad, that is actually logos. It wouldn't really be pathos, but pathos would appeal to some other level of emotion to try to get you upset or something like, or angry or happy or anything like that. So I hope that helps. I know this is going to be I know you're going to do great on this assignment, so just work at it and let me know if you have any questions.